Imagine this: a 45-year-old man, healthy, strong, the kind of person who rarely ever gets sick, goes out for a few drinks with his friends on a Friday night. They laugh, they eat salty snacks, fried chicken wings, burgers, and of course, several bottles of beer. To him, it's just another fun night out. But just hours later, as he walks into his home, something terrifying happens. He suddenly feels dizzy, his vision blurs, and his right arm becomes weak. Within minutes, his speech slurs, his face droops, and he collapses to the floor. His wife panics, calling 911, screaming for help, as their children watch in horror. This man is having a stroke, something he never thought would happen at such a young age. And here's the shocking truth: this isn't a rare case. Every year, thousands of Americans under the age of 50 are rushed to the emergency room because of stroke. The silent killer doesn't just strike the elderly. It can hit anyone, especially those with unhealthy habits like heavy drinking and high-fat meals. Today, I want to share with you the real story of this man's near-death experience, why it happened right after a night of drinking, and what every single one of us, whether you're 25 or 65, needs to learn from his mistake. Because one careless evening could change your life forever. The ambulance arrives within minutes. Paramedics rush in, checking his pulse, his blood pressure, both dangerously high. They lift him onto a stretcher as his wife cries, "Please save him!" The siren screams as the vehicle speeds toward the nearest stroke center. Inside the ER, doctors immediately perform a brain scan. The results confirm the worst: a blocked artery in his brain. This is an ischemic stroke, where a clot prevents blood from reaching brain tissue, and every passing minute means more brain cells dying. Doctors call it time is brain. If treatment doesn't happen within the first few hours, he could lose the ability to speak, walk, or even survive. Fortunately, his family recognized the signs quickly: drooping face, slurred speech, and arm weakness, and called 911 right away. He is rushed into emergency treatment, receiving clot-busting medication within the golden window of time. It's a race against death. Machines beep, nurses move fast, and the man lies unconscious, his life hanging by a thread. For his family, those moments felt like an eternity, a terrifying reminder of how fragile health can be when we least expect it. After stabilizing the patient, the doctors sit down with his family. They explain the cause: years of drinking alcohol and eating high-fat, salty foods had silently damaged his blood vessels. Alcohol raises blood pressure, making arteries stiff and fragile. Combined with fried foods, red meat, and salty snacks, cholesterol builds up inside the vessels, forming plaque. Over time, these plaques rupture, leading to deadly blood clots. The doctors warn that binge drinking, especially after age 40, dramatically increases stroke risk. Studies show that heavy drinkers are nearly twice as likely to suffer a stroke compared to non-drinkers. And it doesn't take decades. Sometimes, just one night of excess can trigger a catastrophic event if the body is already weakened. In this man's case, his blood pressure spiked dangerously high during the drinking session. His blood became thicker, clotting faster. Hours later, that clot traveled to his brain, cutting off blood supply. The family is shocked. They had always thought stroke was something that happened to elderly people, not to a middle-aged father of two. But the truth is harsh. Stroke is no longer a disease of the old. It's striking younger adults more than ever before. The doctors didn't just save his life, they gave him a warning. They told him plainly, if you don't change your lifestyle now, next time you may not be so lucky. So what are the lessons for all of us? First, limit alcohol. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2 drinks per day for men and 1 for women, and even less is better. Binge drinking is especially dangerous. Second, eat for your arteries. That means more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fish rich in omega-3s. These foods reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and keep blood vessels flexible. Replace fried and processed foods with healthier options like olive oil, nuts, and lean protein. Third, monitor your numbers. High blood pressure and high cholesterol are silent killers. Most people don't feel any symptoms until it's too late. Regular checkups, knowing your blood pressure and cholesterol levels, can literally save your life. And finally, move your body. Exercise improves circulation, reduces stress, and strengthens the heart. Even a 30-minute brisk walk, 5 days a week, can make a big difference. The man in our story realized he had been gambling with his health for years. He promised his family he would change, because no party, no drink, no greasy meal is worth risking your life. Here's the truth we cannot ignore. Stroke does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're 65 or just 35. It can strike in the middle of a busy workday, during a family dinner, or right after what seems like an ordinary night of drinking with friends. Every year, nearly 800,000 Americans suffer a stroke. And shockingly, more and more of them are younger adults, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Stress, poor diet, lack of exercise, and alcohol are fueling this silent epidemic. The warning signs are clear. Sudden numbness in the face or arm, slurred speech, loss of balance, or a severe headache out of nowhere. If you or someone near you shows these symptoms, don't wait. Don't ignore it. Call 911 immediately. Acting fast can mean the difference between recovery and lifelong disability, or even death. This man's story is not just his own. It's a message for all of us. Our daily choices matter. What we eat, what we drink, how we live, these habits are writing our future. And the question is, will that future be one of health or of tragedy? Friends, Mark's story isn't just a warning. It's a wake-up call for all of us. A stroke can strike at any moment, after a party, a night of drinking, or even while you're resting. It doesn't care about age, gender, or whether you think you're too young to be at risk. The only real protection we have is to take charge of our health. Eat a balanced diet and limit alcohol. Keep track of your blood pressure and heart health. Pay attention to your body and never ignore unusual symptoms, no matter how small they seem. And above all, remember the FAST test so you can act quickly if a stroke happens. Because in that moment, every single minute matters. It can mean the difference between life and death. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. You never know, your simple action might save someone's life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss other life-saving health stories and tips. Always remember, your health is priceless. Protect it before it's too late.